Thanks for staying with us. So join us on the show to talk about hygiene and this new issue of coronavirus is a senior special assistant, actually, to the governor of Lagos State on Health, Dr. Oreoluwa Fini. Welcome to the show, madam.
Good morning.
And also the sponsorship and product placement manager, Okpayemi Awojobi of Hypo. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Good morning.
Kips, so Lagosians want to know what your government is doing so far, because we remember when Ebola was here, there were issues of not having enough apparatus for the doctors or issues of the sanitizers or the face masks and all those things. So there were issues of that being difficult to get in the market because obviously people went to mop, people like us went to mop up quite a bit. So what is your government doing to ensure that we have none of these things and people are actually adhering to proper hygiene during this period?
Okay. So the government of Lagos State has a very robust social mobilization plan in place.
Okay.
And has started executing. On Tuesday, the governor of Lagos State, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, met with the chairman of the local government and the chairman of the community development associations. These are grassroots issues. It's not just about television or radio, it's about taking the news to the markets. On Wednesday, the deputy governor then met with representatives of the National Union of Road Transport Workers and market women. And at the same time, the Ministry of Home Affairs met with religious leaders.
Okay.
Now, all this was not just to sit and meet, to let people know what the symptoms are, to let people know what preventive measures they should take, to also allay people's fears. Now, concerning equipment and personal protective matters, the first thing about coronavirus is hand washing. It's not a mask, it's not the outfit, it is for the general population, it is hand washing and trying to stay away from people who are ill. Now, for the medical team, for the medical practitioners who would have to see people who are ill, there's more than enough equipment for them.
Okay.
And it's not just at the isolation center, it includes the general hospitals and primary healthcare centers.
So if I walk into the hospital today, the government's hospital,
Yes.
I will see that they are properly protected. Is that what you're saying?
You will see people, now, if we're talking about proper protection at a general hospital,
Right.
you should see gloves
Okay.
and a face mask
Okay.
when needed.
Okay.
It's not about when the hazmat.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It is not required.
Right.
So you use things as required. I know it gives people a lot of comfort
Yes.
to see people,
Yeah.
but it is also, sometimes it can be counterproductive.
Right.
It can be counterproductive. It can also, improperly used and improperly deployed, it can also be an agent of infection.
Right.
So you came in with one thing, and then you leave with another.
Gotcha.
So you deploy those things as needed. There's a science to it.
Right. Right.
And the science is being applied.
Okay, so some of us were in panic mode, of course, when we heard this, and
Okay.
we decided everybody stay at home, don't move until you hear after 14 days. Is this the right way to go about it, or we can still just move around and...
Okay, there are two things. I think also people are also calling for maybe a lockdown or the government possibly banning gatherings,
yeah.
not just flights, even gatherings. For now, one of the pieces of advice is that if somebody is ill, coughing or with a cold, you should avoid the person. And if you're the one that's ill, stay away, stay at home, avoid crowded places. It is time, yes, indeed, to be cautious about large gatherings. Yes, if you don't have to go, don't go.
So we can't go for weddings on Saturdays?
Well,
Let me pause you for a second. I want to come to the gentleman from Hypo. So now that you're here with the Lagos State government, what exactly what exactly are you doing to support their own efforts?
Okay, so Lagos State government is doing quite a lot of big things as regards creating awareness, and we believe they cannot do it alone. So corporate bodies should also support in their own little way. Hypo is an hygiene brand, so we feel that we talk about disinfectant, talk about cleanliness, talk about keeping the kitchen, the surroundings, the environment, keeping our homes clean, from germs and viruses anyway. So we decided and felt, okay, since the government is doing this much, we are following them, doing rallies with the government, going to markets, communities, different locations, demonstrating how people should keep their surroundings
Are you
clean.
giving them products for free?
Yes, we're giving products.
Okay.
We're giving free products, and we're also, sensitizing the public, just trying to assist. So when this came up, we felt we're at the main place. Where can we go to? But if we partner with government, it's going to be like in a bigger scale.
Okay, all right.
So when I heard you talk about the meeting with the NURT, I jumped for joy. I wanted to know, are you providing, wash hand places to wash hands at garages? How much of help are you giving the bus drivers? Because you see these people, they are the ones giving us those dirty notes and all that. We're carrying the viruses. How much of the sensitization has gotten to them? Are there water and hand washing spots in those garages around that people? A lot of people patronize.
Yes, that conversation is ongoing as to providing all those things. And apart from just having the leadership at the meeting, there are other line ministries working directly at the motor parks. Number one, disseminating information. And of course, what you've spoken about. And those are not the only places with large gatherings. Remember that there's some churches, especially as we go into this weekend, that are going to have massive gatherings. All those things are being overseen.
Let me just tell you, this is my church, so don't speak in parables. But let me tell you, as a Christian, as a Christian,
yes,
almost every church on Sunday preached about coronavirus, mentioned it, and said it's not our portion. Said that our Geo has told us that Psalm 19 is that's our protection. Psalm 91, sorry, is our protection during this season. So many Christians are saying it's not our portion. 1,000 will fall on my left, 10,000 on my right. Nothing shall come near us. That is the weapon we are using outside as a Christian. So I'm saying this because many Nigerians have adhered to that.
Yes.
And they will probably they wouldn't wash their hands, or they'll be ill and go out because they believe that Psalm 19, Psalm 91 is their protection. I'd like you to talk to my people who are going to camp that if you are sick,
stay at home.
House.
Watch it on TV. Stay home. The Bible also, and I believe Christianity believes that your blessing will come wherever you are. It will come to you. If you are ill, please stay away from camp. If your child is ill and there's somewhere to leave the child, please leave the child somewhere. If there's nowhere to leave the child, stay at home with your child. If your child is ill, don't send them to school. Don't send them to school. Not every cough or cold is coronavirus.
Right.
But at the same time, most coughs and colds are infectious. So why do you want to go and infect other people, other children, with your cough and your cold?
So we have a lot of Nigerians who believe in self-medication.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so you feel like you have this headache or something, you take something for it without going to the hospital. And some people complain that going to the hospital, aside from the fact that you need money for it, it's a lot of stress and all of that. Why don't I just take something? So with this coronavirus in the air at the moment, is there anything you're telling people on how they can ensure that whatever symptoms they feel, that they go to the hospital? Is there a way you are going to pass that information and convince them to go to the hospital?
Okay, so coronavirus usually manifests with upper respiratory tract things, and I'll break that down. It's cough, cold, difficulty breathing, body ache, and a fever. Usually, and of course, coronavirus, because it's coming from certain regions, there may be contact with somebody with travel history or contact of contact. Okay, so if you put that picture together and you feel that it's possible, it is good to call the numbers, the emergency numbers that we have, rather than going to your own hospital.
Okay.
Rather than going to your own hospital, you call the emergency numbers and we'll ask further questions that will now determine the testing. Now, I want to limit where you're moving to, which is why we're not going to send you to your hospital. You stay at home, call the numbers, and then we'll respond.
We'll take it up from there.
Where do we get these numbers?
We're going to give you the
Please
numbers.
just give us the numbers.
We're going to give you
Let
the
me come
numbers.
to Mr. Hypo, because our viewers are seeing Hypo and they're wondering, should I just carry Hypo in the water and start sprinkling around my house? Or should I carry it around with me? How do I use your product
It is
in
just
this
to
period?
disinfect. Just pour it into a bucket of water, clean the whole house, clean your kitchen, clean tables, clean every surrounding.
Yeah, but if I meet somebody that has coronavirus, I'll still catch it.
Okay, well,
what we use Hypo to wash our hands?
It's always better for you to at least be conscious of whatever thing
do you
you're
have
doing.
a hand wash?
Yes. So Hypo is just a bleach where you can use.
Okay.
It doesn't affect the hand. It has no harmful effect. So all you have to do is just, with a little of it, you can keep a whole building clean.
Let me ask you a question. The people that can't afford sanitizers, my question to you is that if I put a bit of Hypo, water in a bottle,
So some
and leave it in
products are
my
getting
bag.
very expensive now. Hypo is 20 naira. So with 20 naira, you can
I'm asking
just...
a question. Hear
Yes,
my question.
please.
I'm pointing that if somebody cannot afford sanitizer and they have an empty bottle, maybe Ragolis or one of those bottles, and they put small Hypo and put water in their bags and just take a okay, maybe I go outside and I just put something, wash my hand. Is that
Would that
safe?
work?
Would that
Be a
work?
part of that.
No,
But it
wouldn't
won't
work.
work.
Okay, just
So it's just it infects the surroundings, the kitchen, to keep our surroundings clean. That's
Gotcha,
just all.
gotcha.
But it won't help with...
Is Lagos State distributing sanitizers? by any chance?
No.
They should. It's very expensive.
Wash your hands.
now.
Is
Wash
more
your
important. What
hands.
she's saying.
Wash your
But at your
hands.
schools, like we had during the Ebola, you have hand washing points and you encourage
Yes.
schools, public
Oh,
schools.
yes.
We have to run.
Oh, yes.
Well, thank you so much, Doctor, for coming. Thank you so much,
you,
sir,
ma'am.
for coming. We'll continue to tell Nigerians and how to play safe, especially this weekend. All my people are in camp. I mean, there's nothing wrong in going to camp. Please, if you know you're coughing, you know someone's coughing, please encourage them to stay in the houses because we want to keep the most important thing is that self-isolation for that period to be sure. And if you suspect anything, call the emergency numbers, which will let you know, will give to you. That's the best way to get quick medical help. Let's go on a break. It's Thursday. We have so much gist for you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.